everyone, my name is Zulfaira Rifki Amalia. My study number is 1925007 and I'm from Information System major and my class is 191I1. Today, I will share to you my personal opinion about smoking in our campus area. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to the respective faculty, staff, and my fellow students. I am here today to talk about an important rule or smoke-free campus policy. This is not just about making a rule. It is about protecting our health and making our university a great place to learn. 1. The real health danger. The first thing we must understand is that secondhand smoke. The smoke from someone else's cigarette is not safe. The World Health Organization tells us there is no safe level of exposure to tobacco smoke. For us, as students, exposure to this smoke can cause serious problems like lung disease and heart issues. According to data from health studies in Indonesia, even though students generally support smoke-free rules, many people are still exposed to smoke on campus. We need to close this gap between knowing what is right and doing what is right. 2. Why no smoking everywhere works best? Our campus policy means a total ban on smoking in all buildings and most outdoor areas. Why? Because studies show that policies that allow small smoking corners are not effective. Smoke still travels and it makes enforcement difficult. When a campus has a strong, comprehensive ban, smoking rates go down and the air quality improves quickly, it makes the message simple. This is a place for health and learning, not smoking. 3. Making the rule work. The simple steps for a smoke-free campus to truly work is needs two things. 1. Clear sign and education. We need clear no smoking signs everywhere. We must keep talking about why this rule matters for health. Students who have better knowledge about the policy are more likely to follow it. 2. Simple enforcement. Enforcement does not always mean big fines. It starts with us. If you see someone smoking in a restricted area, we must feel comfortable politely reminding them of the policy. When we all agree that clear air is important, we all become the enforcers. This is shared responsibility is what makes the policy strong. Let us commit today to protecting each other. Let us make this university a place where everyone can breathe clear air and focus on their future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zulfaira Rifki Amalia and my study number is 1925007. I am from class 191A1 in the Information System major. Today you are learning about a simple and useful grammar topic, the present continuous tense. We use it a lot to talk about things happening right now. So, what is the present continuous tense? It's simply a way to describe an action that is in progress or still going on. Think about what you are doing right this second. That's the present continuous. The structure is very easy. You need three parts. 1. The subject who is doing the action. 2. The verb to be am, is, or are. And 3. The main verb with ing at the end. Remember this formula. The verb to be changes depending on the subject. I always take am, he, she, and it singular subject take is, and you, we, and they plural subject take are. Most verbs just need you to add ing at the end, but be careful with verbs that end in the letter A. For this, we must drop the A before adding ing. For example, take becomes taking. Here Here are two more special rules. For short verbs with a CVC consonant-verb-consonant pattern, like run, we double the last consonant. And for verbs ending in AA, like die, we change it to Y and then add ing. The most common use is for action happening exactly now. Look around you. What are people doing? For example, the teacher is talking. The students are listening. It's happening right now. Here are some positive examples. Remember, subject plus am is are plus verb 1 adding ing. The first sentence means she started drinking and has not finished it yet. It's happening at the moment. To make a negative sentence, we just put the word not after am is are. It's super simple. You can use construction too. He is not sleeping or we aren't watching. To ask a question, we switch the position of the subject and the to be verb. The to be verb comes first. The answers are usually simple. Yes, subject is am are, or no, subject is not am not aren't. The second use is for action that are temporary. Maybe you started it last week and you will finish it next week. You are doing it this month, but you are not doing it right now. Look at the first example. He is living with his brother, but only for a short time this month. This is a temporary situation. After this month, it will change. We can also use present continuous to talk about the future, but only for plans that are fixed and arranged. For example, a scheduled meeting or a trip, we must use a future time word. In this sentence, the plans are 100% sure and arranged. It's not a sudden idea. I have my ticket, so I'm flying tomorrow. The party is organized, so they are having a party. The last common use is for annoying habits. We use the word always to show that it happens too many times and it makes us angry or frustrated. The first example shows the speaker is angry because the socks are always on the floor. It's a bad, repeated habit. The word always is placed between to be and the main verb. Be careful, some verbs called stative verbs describe feelings, thoughts, or sense, not physical action. We usually do not use them in continuous form. For example, we don't say, I am loving pizza. We say, I love pizza. Let's quickly review the four main uses. Action happening now, an action for a temporary time, a fixed future plan, and an annoying habit with the word always. Before we finish, let's quickly check the most important points. Always remember the formula, subject plus to be plus verb 1 adding ing. The main reason we use this sentence is to describe what is happening right now. But don't forget, it's also useful for temporary situation and fixed future plans. And remember to avoid using the continuous form with stative verbs like no or want. That's all for the present continuous tense. Remember the formula and the four main uses. Practice using it every day to make it easy. Thank you for listening.